Okay, so these ones here, we want to solve for x. Well, if I want to solve for x, I need to undo the times 100 and power 4. Well, I know I can undo times with divide. And I can undo powers with roots. A fourth power is going to be undone by a fourth root. Now the problem with even power roots is, even power roots are not perfect opposites. And we need to apply the plus minus. Okay, because the problem is if I undo this, there's a negative power, negative root 10 that gives me the same x, in this case probably 10. And there's a positive fourth root 10, which I can do the power 4, which gives me positive 10 as well. So I have to be very careful with even powers because I need the plus minus. And this happened with square roots. Now we don't have to worry about this with cube roots and fifth roots or odd powers because if we start with a negative, we end up with a negative. Okay, so when we cube root a negative, we end up with negatives. Okay, so but with square roots, we have to be careful. For this one here, well, if I'm going to undo a power of 1 over 5, I can use a root 1 over 5. Now I could change it to a fraction, but I'm just going to do it like that. And if I undo a power 1 over 5 here, I have to do the same on this side. And I can actually try typing this into my calculator. The power is going to be 1 over 1.5, and that over the denominator should represent the denominator. Sorry, the root. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to go 18 to the power 1 divided by 1.5. Okay, make sure I put the 1 divided by 1.5 in brackets, and I'm going to get 6.87 about. Okay, approximately that. That's what my calculator gives me. Well, I should really check that because if that's really true, then I should be able to undo that, right? 6.87 to the power 1.5. Now I've rounded this number, okay, 6.87 to the power 1.5, and I'm getting, 18.00. This is approximately 18. Okay, so within the rounding error, this is perfectly fine, and I can undo powers by using what we call a reciprocal power, or the power in the denominator, which is using the root. This one here, we need to undo a times 2, a power 4 pi. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to first of all get rid of the times 2. And then I'm going to try to undo this power, pi over 4, with a root. Sorry, 4 pi. I'm going to undo it with a root 4 pi. Okay, so I'm just going to write that a little bit nicer. 4 pi root. Okay, now I can try this on my calculator. Some of you guys have a x root on your calculator. If you have that function, you can try that on your calculator. So I'm going to try that one on my calculator. I'm going to use an x root, and I'm going to use a 4 pi x root of 1400, and I get 40.133. So I get x is approximately equal to 40.13, I'll round it to. Okay, well, is that really true? So if I power this number, I power 4 pi, that's a weird power, but we can do powers can be any rational number. So I'm going to go bracket 4 pi. Okay, make sure you put your power in brackets because your calculator does bed maths, because it will do power first, then times. So if you have times in your power, it will do power of the first number, then times by the second. So we don't want to do that. Yeah. So if I'm going to do 40 to the power 4 pi, okay, what am I going to get? I'm going to get, let's see, oh, I didn't get, that's the wrong number. I did a mistake. I forgot to put 4 pi in brackets when I did the root. So bracket 4 pi, then I'm going to use the x root. X root 1400. I'm going to get 1.779. So I'm going to round that to 1.78 about. Okay. And so Let's see here. Let's try that. 1.78 to the power. Okay, so I'm getting, that's going to be 1,402. So that's about right. Okay, so the 1.78 is the right answer. And I could have again used this method here, but in this case I use the X root button on my calculator to get that.